Hi, this is C.Ficklin at C.Ficklin.com. WelcomeNetwork.com. Welcome is WYLCOME Network.com. iStudyGuides.com or AskSplain.com. AskSplain is ASKPLAIN. So we're still looking at speaking and understanding metaphoric English, or speaking and understanding English metaphorically. And you know what I want to do this time? I've given you the verb to do, the verb to get, the verb to make, the verb to be. I want to give you a bunch of expressions. You can always come to all the different websites that I mentioned at the beginning of the tape and find out what these different things mean, what the different expressions I'm going to give you mean. But expressions that are very important in English that most English speakers, whether you're on this side of the pond or on the other side of the pond, by the way, when you say on this side of the pond or on the other side, that's more of a British expression, but Americans would understand it. That means either you're talking about on the pond, by the way, is the Atlantic Ocean. So you're talking about either you're in the United States or in Great Britain or in the United Kingdom. So on this side or that side of the pond, most English speakers would understand. Some things are more slang than informal. So other things are informal, and I'll tell you when it's very slang. When it's to the point where it's definitely slang. So if I say to you to get a lump in one's throat, if I get a lump in my throat, okay, do you understand what I mean? Every time I think about saying goodbye, I get a lump in my throat. What am I saying? How about to grab someone by the throat? To grab someone by the throat. He grabbed me by the throat and began squeezing. Now that's more literal. That's much more literal. You know, you're actually doing what the person says you grab. But if information grabbed me by the throat, that's not literal, because information can't reach out and grab you. To grab by the throat, he was determined to grab the situation by the throat and for once and for all solve it. To grab something by the throat. Okay? So he grabbed the situation by the throat. To net. He had snagged the criminal. He had netted the criminal. Well, you know what? Well, how about to snag? Better. To snag. He had snagged the criminal before he could get away. I guess you can say to net also. To net. But I would say more to snag the criminal. To have a dry throat. I'm not necessarily talking literally to have a dry throat. After so much walking, I know that you must have a dry throat. I made some lemonade. Right? And your throat is not literally dry. Right? To have a frog in your throat, or in one's throat. May I have a glass of water? I have a frog in my throat. Ribbit, ribbit. That's what they say. Frogs say. Ribbit, ribbit. Okay. To be hoarse. To be hoarse. And horse is spelled H-O-A-R-S-E. To be hoarse. I'm a little hoarse because I have a cold. To be a little hoarse because I have a cold. Okay. To have a raw throat. Because of this cold, I have a raw throat. Raw is W-A-W. Oh, excuse me, R-A-W. R-A-W. To have the words get stuck in one's throat, or in your throat. To have the words get stuck in one's throat. Example, she wanted to say what was in her heart. She wanted to say what was in her heart, but the words got stuck in her throat. So did she say it or not say it? to call on the rug. The CEO called his mid-management on the rug. To give someone a piece of one's mind. To give someone a piece of one's mind. That's not slang, but you're getting very close to it. I was so angry that I gave him a piece of my mind. Now, did I take my mind, a piece of it, sliced it, and give it to him? I don't think so. You'd be dead. To haul someone over the coals. Frankly, I'm tired of always being hauled over the coals. That's not used that much. So, but you hear it, all right? To rake someone over the coals, it means the same thing. Let me see. To give someone the rough edge of one's tongue. Last night my father gave me the rough edge of his tongue, or I am not prepared for you to give me a tongue lash. They basically mean the same thing. To give someone the rough edge of one's tongue, and I would show you the rough edge, that part is the rough edge, or to give one a tongue lash. Okay, once again, I'm not talking literally, I'm talking figuratively or metaphorically. Okay, let me see. To come down hard on. I had to come down hard on Mary, or she would do the same thing again. I had to come down hard on her. If not, she would do the same thing again. Let's see. To slam. He slammed me good because he was in a bad mood. He slammed me good because he was in a bad mood. A lot of these things mean the same thing. I'm giving you things that mean, but these are expressions. Okay. Do you know what it means to tell a white lie? You don't tell a black lie, so you can't say, no, it doesn't mean, it's the opposite of telling a black lie. You don't tell a black lie. But what does it mean to tell a white lie? If you know what it means to tell a white lie, it also means basically the same thing as to twist. To twist, when you twist something, to twist the truth. Don't fool yourself. When you twist the truth, you lie. Don't fool yourself. When you twist the truth, you lie. Don't fool yourself. When you tell a white lie, you lie. Okay? To varnish the truth. These all basically mean the same thing. To varnish the truth. That is not exactly what happened. He varnished the truth. When you varnish the truth, you tell a white lie. When you tell a white lie, you twist the truth. When you twist the truth, you lie. Because you didn't tell it as it happened. Or at least as you remember it happening. To mince the truth. He did not exactly go to school today. He minced the truth. When you mince the truth, you tell a white lie. When you tell a white lie, you twist the truth. When you twist the truth, you varnish the truth. When you varnish the truth, you tell a lie. I can't keep doing that. Okay, let me see. To make up. And there's a lot of different meanings for to make up. Like if you put makeup on, you make up. But here I'm talking about to make up as he makes up lies all the time. He tells lies. Okay. To doctor the truth means to lie. To slant the truth means to lie. To paint a rosy picture means to lie. Because you make it sound better than it actually was or had been. Okay, let's see. If you take a drop, if you get plastered, if you knock a few back, that means you drink. Let me see. Time is up. So once again, C.Ficklin at C.Ficklin.com. We'll be back later with some more expressions, idiomatic slang expressions.